Hello world, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, like the video down below. So I have a week off from work, so I've decided to catch up on some old projects. So there's a bit of painting to do, a lot of crochet to do, and a few little sewing projects. Probably not going to get them all done, but I'm going to catch up on quite a few that I just haven't finished. I start stuff. So let's get into the video. So here I'm finishing up one of my watercolour paintings. I'm now finishing it off with gouache to add extra detail. I picked this because my mum is obsessed with flamingos and I wanted to paint something for her. The original is actually by a lady called Sarah Cray, who has a YouTube channel where she shows you how to paint. I'm just doing this from the image. Right, keep watching. There you go. So now moving on to my second project for the day. This is a mermaid tail blanket that I started. So you can see it sort of tapers from the bottom and started to open. So I'm just going to be going back and forth. I had to buy more yarn and I couldn't find the same colours. So I'm just using some different ones. It's 100% acrylic. It's a 2-ply and I'm doubled up my yarns. It's really simple. It was just a double crochet stitch the whole way around and I'm using a 10mm crochet hook. So I've got to add a bit more length to it and then do the tail. I started this project literally a few years ago for my cousin. She's now too old for it, so I'm going to be giving it to one of my friend's daughters, who I'm sure is going to absolutely love pretending to be a mermaid. So it took me literally about 3 hours. I was watching Shrek whilst filming this. And you can see how I've added a scalloped edge to the top of the blanket, just to give it that bit more of a sort of a mermaid vibe, and also stops it from being like a straight line. I've now got to stitch the tail to go across the bottom. So that's what I've started doing here. It's got 2 sections, and they're just a back and forth rows of double crochet, just adding a little bit extra on each end, adding an extra stitch, so it kind of just starts to expand. So here you can see I've made one, I've got to make a second one. They then attach together and you gather them to the bottom of the base of your tail. And yeah, then you've got your mermaid tail. So here is the second one I've made, and I'm now just going to stitch them together so you can start to see that tail shape. And once I've stitched them together, I'm just going to gather them up and hand stitch them onto the tail with a tapestry hook. So moving on to the next project, I got this free kit in a magazine. It's obviously a unicorn, and literally it was just taking so long to unravel the hairs for the mane and tail. So that's literally that was the last thing I had to do, and I know a 6-year-old that's really going to love this, hopefully. So I just about finished that. I gave it a little trim and I think it looks pretty cute. Moving on to the final project, I've got some macrame here. So this is a old chair that I picked up from Sainsbury's, I believe. And it had a fabric seating to it, and I cut that off and redid the whole thing with macrame. So I think I've got 3mm ropes, maybe 6mm, in a white cotton, and I'm just finishing the tassels off at the bottom because they're just too long. They're going to get dragged in the grass. I think this would be a really good festival chair for kids because the macrame is really flexible. I definitely need a stronger braided rope for next time. So that's today's video. I've managed to get about 4 projects done. I've still got about 8 more to do. I don't know about you guys, but I found that really good just to finish some projects, and I'm planning on giving a couple of those to my friend's daughter, so I hope she likes those. If there's anything you'd really like to see, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm hoping to do a macrame keyring tutorial in the next few weeks. And don't forget to subscribe, like the video, leave a message in the comments for me, and I will see you next time. Keep smiling. Bye.